morning, y'all. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I was not expecting to start this video out here filling up the egg stand, but I am, and I'll show y'all why. I didn't ask Caden nor Catherine to fill up the eggs in the egg stand. I just got Caden to stick them in the refrigerator every morning, and that way when we got back, our neighbors could have the fresh eggs, and they will do so because I have 9 dozen fresh eggs in the cooler today, eggs in stock, but that's not what I was going to show y'all. I've got my microphone on because I left my camera in the barn. I was not intending on starting the video out here, but I got to because there's somebody out here that wants to see y'all, wants to see me too. I guess a week has been too long for the neighbor's donkey to go without a visit. I step out of the barn. He heard me, he starts hee-hawing. So let's go see Mr. Snow White first thing this morning. Hello, beautiful boy. Guess what? I didn't bring any treats. I had my hands full with 9 dozen eggs and the little packet that keeps the eggs cool because it's hot out here. It's early in the morning, but it's still hot. And I'm glad to see you doing well and still wanting your visits from me, even though I hadn't seen you in a whole week. I'm wondering where your buddies are. And I was also thinking, while I was walking over here, something I've never ever thought about. And you know, you're a male donkey, and I'm not sure if you're fixed or not. We'll look at that off the camera, but you and Honey would make beautiful babies. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to invite you over, but I'm just simply stating the fact that you and Honey would make a beautiful baby. Look, I got a lot of grass to cut today. Obviously, it's rained the entire week that we've been gone. Oh, guess what? If it isn't the baby. Come here. It's not Tripod, it's the baby. He's a little bit slow, and it's obvious to me that Snow White is the dominant donkey because the baby's not scared of me as much as he is Snow White. You can just see that he stands back and lets Snow White do his thing, and then he'll come for a visit if Snow White were to walk off, but that doesn't happen. You are beautiful. I've got to give you a better name than the baby. I wish that Tripod would come out and I could just make sure that he's okay and everything's going well. Come here, baby. Come here. Come down here. Look, he's not going. Well, maybe you are a little skittish compared to Snow White. You are. You got that stripe on you. Reminds me of a zebra, but I don't know. Snow White just has my heart, and I do think you and Honey would make a beautiful baby. Okay, well, y'all wave to me when you see me out there cutting grass because it's going to be a hot one today. I could use a few more like y'all to come over there and keep the grass down some because the cows are not doing a very good job. I've got to get that pasture cut this week because it's about to the point where it's out of hand. Yeah, I want to know if you're a full-fledged man. And like I said, just wave at me when you see me coming by on the lawnmower. I'll bring y'all some snacks, I promise you. Don't give up on me. Y'all, I cut grass the day before we left because I knew it was going to grow fast. But I didn't know it was going to grow this fast. It is everywhere on the farm, needs grass cut. It literally rained every day while we were gone. Now, the weather's changing a bit. The humidity is a little bit lower. And the rain is not as prevalent as what it was. But there's still a chance of those afternoon showers. So as I'm headed back to the barn to put my tote up, I had to stop and show y'all Pookie, or Pocket, because that look that she was given was because, well, where is he? Snow White, he's right over there. And Pocket saw him and wanted to make sure that he saw her. And there comes Bramble. So I fed everybody and taken care of everybody already. But I just heard a cow mooing, not moving. And they didn't come for breakfast this morning. So I'm interested to see who is out there waiting for their food this morning, Pocket. You've already gotten your food. Peaches has been fed, all the other animals. And Jason has gone to pick up Holly, who has been at doggy daycare for the week. And y'all, since we've been gone, Willie and Reska, Willie nods his head, yes, have been in a new pasture. And this is the second part of the goat pasture that the grass had just grown up substantially in here. And we wanted it to be easy for Caden and Catherine to take care of the horses. And so this is where they've been for the week. And y'all can see this grass actually needs cutting too. So no matter how many horses or cows we have, doesn't seem like y'all can keep up with the amount of grass because we've had such a wet summer so far, hadn't we, Willie? Tell them about it. It's rained every day, hadn't it? And plus y'all have had the shelter to get out of the sun over here. All right, I gotta go see about the cows. I hear them. I switched cameras in case y'all can hear the difference. I grabbed my camera instead of my phone, and I knew I heard a cow, and I came out here and there's nothing out here. It sounds like it's down in the bottom down there. I see Moody. He's laying down. Moody's not interested in eating, but I don't know who that is that's mooing and why. Oh my goodness. I did feed everybody last night. It was our first time home since being away from the farm for a week, and we laid eyes on everybody and fed everybody last night just like normal. But this is strange. Why are they mooing over here and who is it? Maybe Tater has decided that she wants me to bring her breakfast, or Matilda. I'm not sure which one is doing the mooing. I see Mildred. Oh, they're all over here laying down. Well, here she comes, and she's a-running. Y'all can see. Oh, goats. Goats coming up behind me. I gotta be careful. But look at the grass, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. You can see Matilda's not getting up. Mildred's laying down. Come on and eat, girl. I'm not gonna bring it to you. Come on. Over there hollering, wanting me to bring you your breakfast. That's what I call rotten. Oh, goodness gracious. It's too hot for these emus to run. Curtis. Curtis is rolling around. I gotta go get Tater some food. This is some serious business if she's mooing in the woods, want me to bring her breakfast. Y'all sure are looking beautiful. Everybody's missed y'all. And now Capri's laying down, rubbing on the ground. What's going on, girls? Come on, Tater. I had the cattle feed prepared and ready to feed, but when Tater nor Matilda made an appearance this morning, I just went and put it up, and I said, I'll get y'all when you get here. But I think Tater's got other ideas. Good gracious, that's a loud cow. I heard her across the street and could hear that it was coming from this direction, but it didn't sound like one of my cows. Tater said, it's time you get yourself back here and start taking care of me. Catherine and Caden did a good job, but everybody needs Mama. You know, I really, really need Matilda to come because she gets her lubricant added to her feed every morning. And if she doesn't come in the morning, we of course add it in the afternoon. But I really, really wish that she would come up here in a routine. Okay, big girl, let me get you fixed up here. I got the fence turned off, and of course nobody else is coming. But you being a lactating mama, you need that extra goodness. And I see that the flies are staying off of them. This second cattle curtain, with no gap being in between it, allows the cows to walk up under that every time they come in here. And they come in here frequently to get water because this trough frequently gets lower. Now I've already filled it up this morning, but it goes down to about halfway, a few hours from when we fill it up. There's Matilda. I see her. She's just peeking around the the tree down here, they're finding every little bit of shade they can find, and I can't say I blame them. But you can hardly see her. The grass is so tall over there. Here she comes. But y'all see the cattle curtain carries all the way across now, and there's no gap in between it. And Matilda said she's just a little bit late. She's not expecting her breakfast to be catered to her, but she is gonna come, and I'm glad. But y'all see how well she's walking. She's still on her Lubricin, which will continue. I'm just amazed at that product. If you have a senior animal or even yourself that's down in your joints and need a little pep in your step, like Matilda, I advise you to give Lubricin a try, because I had no idea about that product until Dr. D told us. And now I take it for myself. My mama takes it. We got the horses on it. Any animal that has a joint problem, we are going to continue to use it. It's good stuff. It's all natural. And they were so kind to reach out to us after you guys told them that we were using it and had good results, and gave us a 25% off coupon that you guys can use on any order that you place with Lubricin by simply adding Cog Hill, C-O-G-H-I-L-L, in that promo code box, and you can get it continuously, 25% off your entire order from Lubricin. Gonna get Matilda's Lubricin pumped on there, and it's a little oily looking. It has absolutely no flavor in my opinion, but we mix it in with our animals' feed. You would do the same for a dog or a cat, or yourself. You would just take it by a tablespoon, and like I said, I don't have any problem with the flavor being unpalatable, and obviously Matilda doesn't either. But here she is. She came up to eat. Let me make sure I didn't turn that fence back on, because that would be a sure enough welcome home if I reach over with this bucket, which I have before. All right, come on down here, Matilda. Good girl. I swear I think she understands me. I really do. All right, big girl. Here you go. I'm always still scared of that fence, even though I know it's off. Yeah. And I am giving it to her in her bucket because Tater's up here and Tater's almost finished. And I don't want Tater to try to run her off because she needs her medicine. And Tater can't get her big noggin down in that bowl, or bucket, I should say. So everybody, Matilda, you just about can't get your big noggin in there anymore. You're acting like you're nursing off your mama bumping that bucket. I see a little sore right there, baby. What'd you do? Did you scratch your leg? It's okay. Yeah, I got a little scratch right there. You okay? Goodness gracious. She was a bottle baby, and she obviously knows how to nurse too. Tater might be sneaking you a little bit of milk because you sure are tight with Tater and little man, who did not come to eat this morning. Hopefully this afternoon we'll get a glimpse of him and I'll get to show y'all how much he's grown. All right, enjoy your breakfast, girl. So I turned the lights off in the barn because I wanted to come over here and candle the peahen egg that the Silky is sitting on, and y'all take a peek. I sure hope this egg hatches because she's got her friend Snow White bedded down right here beside her, and Catherine is borrowing my candler, which I wanted her to candle the eggs that she has over there at her farm to make sure they're viable. She did move those to the hatcher today. They are due to hatch any day now, and I just want to shine my cell phone light on this egg and see what it looks like. I've looked at it before we left and it was dark in color, but I couldn't see any veins, and that may be because it was so far along in the development. But let's see, girlfriend. Let's see. Let me borrow this egg for you from me for just a minute. Where is it? There it is. All right, this is the peacock egg. I'm going to take this brace off my fingers. I have a hard time. Let's see what we can see. on, girl. That don't look good. I don't give you high hopes. I mean, you should see wiggling. That baby should be trying to escape. But I'm not giving up. I'm gonna give you that back. And the reason I'm giving her that back is because even if that egg does not hatch, she's broody. She wants to be a mama. Snow White wants to be a mama. Y'all see her camped out right next to her. She doesn't have any eggs up under her, but she wants to be a mama. And this is a good thing, because providing that even one of those eggs that Catherine has in the incubator for me hatches, these two are going to be the perfect caretakers. So I do want to say that I told y'all that I released the lavender Orpingtons into the big coop, but I did leave their food and water in there, and also the blue Marans are in the coop. They're loose mingling with the other chickens, but I left their food and water in there, and they're still hanging out in there. So I've already fed and taken care of them, gathered their eggs this morning, but I just wanted to share with you guys that they are still kind of hanging out on the inside, which I'm not terribly surprised about, but that was the reason that I left their food and water in there, because I didn't want them to be first time out on the farm, us being gone, me not being able to make sure that they were eating and drinking. So they are still hanging out, and I will take that food and water out this next week while I can watch them and make sure that they know what to do. I'm gonna take a visit with Mo and Joe over here before I head on over to my last stop. These two boys are still here on the farm. Joe is still in milk. His udders are full, and we had him seen about by a veterinarian that's very knowledgeable with goats. She did confirm that he's from excellent dairy lines. I've got his papers. All right, Gus, you look like you might be ready for the mister to be cut on this morning. Is that right? Loretta said she's already wet. She's been in a mud hole somewhere. Probably more likely your water bowl instead of your misting system. I'm gonna get y'all's mister cut on here in just a minute. I need to go over here and make sure that Goldie and Nugget still have food from last night. I filled up their emu feed, and the goose swimming pool still had feed in it, so I didn't feed this morning. But Nugget and Goldie, they want to see y'all. They want to tell y'all hello and that they missed y'all this past week, and just let y'all know that everything is okay in their neck of the woods, which is over here at the pond that is staying pretty much full. We want to do some work on the pond, but of course, now that we want the level to go down and we want the pond to basically drain so we can do some work, it's staying full. Now let's see here. Did you? Oh, y'all do need some emu feed. Oh, goodness. All right, let's get y'all fixed up. And you know, you would not think that these two would eat that much, but to me, emus eat a lot. They really do. Now, I cut the grass over here before I left, and y'all, let me tell you something. These two ran beside my lawnmower, getting bugs and eating little things that came to the top the entire time. So emus love bugs. They are omnivores and take every chance they can get to get a snake or a cricket or a grasshopper or basically anything that comes their way. They're very opportunist animals. Well, my last stop is over in the aviary, which I've started showing you guys because the pair of Victorian crown pigeons seemed like they were getting ready to possibly lay again. And so I added sticks. I've done some things in here to make that behavior become just more possible. If they wanted to add on to their nest or make repairs, then they could do so. And they did start on that before we left and took our week off. the pair had started taking the sticks and adding on to their nest. There's one of Mary Carl's doves sitting on the nest right there, but you can see those sticks that are hanging out from under there. I had the floor down here pretty much covered in lots of little sticks, and some of the things they left, some of the things they utilized, and they started to add on to their nest and to let me know that it was time and she was indeed gonna lay an egg again this year. And this is gonna be a hard one. So I have to share this with you guys, and if you're not one that takes bad news well, then you might want to tune out now, because it happened. I don't especially know how it happened, but it happened while we were gone. And something got in here and killed the male. I didn't think I could do this. I thought I could talk about it and be okay, but these two have been with us since before we moved here. And Miss Chris was so gracious to drive from Texas to bring us this beautiful pair of Victorian crown pigeons that she had had in her life, and was getting to a point where she felt that she couldn't give them the care that they needed, and she knew that Mary Carl would offer them a good life, and we all did. We all gave them the best life that we could possibly give them. We had them in this very secure aviary. We've got hardware cloth buried 2 foot down under the ground. There's hardware cloth all the way around. There's no holes, there's no openings. But there's a place in the corner where the wire joins onto a post. And something got in here, and something killed the male. And Catherine found him. And we don't know what it was. We don't know what it was. We have cameras in here, but where he was in a corner, and there was no way possible that we could have seen what happened. And when she got here that morning, it had just happened. It had just happened. And of course, she didn't want to tell me, but she knew she had to. So of course, they were a mated pair. And I'm on the lookout for a male that I can indeed bring in here, and hopefully she would accept and have as her partner. But that'll never change the fact that that's not her mate, and that's not the male that we brought here. And that's not who is intended to live his life out and reproduce with her. But I'm reaching out to some people that I know in Central Florida and South Florida, but it's too hot to ship a bird right now. Even if somebody does have one, it's too hot to ship it. So I'll have to take a trip, providing I find one. And of course, they're very costly. They're very expensive birds, but I cannot stand the thought of losing her because she's mourning over her mate. So I've got to do this quickly and hastily. If you guys know of anybody that is a Victorian crown pigeon breeder, or may have a male available that doesn't have a mate, please reach out to me. I know there's Mr. Virgil, who I'm going to reach out to. There's a man in Miami that I'm going to reach out to. And I'm just devastated. I'm just devastated. I know you guys are too. I just don't know how it happened. I don't have a clue how it happened. I don't even know what it was. Catherine thinks that it may have been a weasel. And y'all, I have never laid eyes on a weasel, and I've lived in Alabama for 49 years. Now, Mary Carl's friend Piper, her brother has seen one before, one time. But I don't know what it was, and Catherine doesn't either. But Catherine did come over here, and she immediately set up some traps. And nothing has come into the traps Nothing has come in here, and I have the camera where I can see. That one right there is the one that I bought a long time ago that was for snake. And then Catherine's got 2 live traps set here that have food in them, and nothing's come in. So I am simply devastated, and I did not want to share this news with y'all because we do everything in our power to remain positive. But things happen, and things happen that are beyond our control. And while in no way I'm blaming ourselves, I am not blaming ourselves, because this aviary has been strong. It has been functional. We've been here for a long time with these birds in this aviary and never had a problem. And we take off for a week and we're gone, and we have a tragedy happen. And I just don't know what could have done it. It's a predator, and I'm not sure that we're going to catch it. But I'll be dang, we're going to do everything in our power to make it happen. And I'm sorry once again, y'all, to report this news. I'm sorry to report it, but I will keep y'all updated as to if I find the male. Of course, I'll have to drive and take a trip to go get it. They usually ship them on an airline, which is a quick flight, but it's just entirely too hot right now to ship a bird. I don't know of anybody that would take that chance. So, you know, if I find one, I'll drive. I'll go get it. I'll put it in my air-conditioned car and I'll drive back. I'll drive 24 hours if necessary. I can't stand the fact that she's without a mate, and she can't stand it either. So even if I can't find a male, a female may work, just for her to have another of her kind. Sad news to report today, but I will update y'all and hopefully have something in the works that that can change things. And y'all just hope that we catch whatever this culprit is. But until next time, hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Sometimes we do everything we can and we can't control it. But y'all be good.